Hey guys, welcome back to another quick vlog. Today I wanted to talk about my heritage. Now, I first started becoming interested in this when I was having conversations with a doctor from Syria. He was my student at an English institute in Saudi Arabia, and at that time he had worked in Poland, Germany, as well as Turkey and other places. And he was convinced by my appearance that I had Turkish heritage. Now, the reason why he thought that is I told him I knew a little bit about my heritage from my grandmother's side and a little bit about my father's side. On my dad's side, I'm German-Scottish, but if it's according to Islam, I would just be German because my dad, his father is German and his father's fathers and fathers' fathers are German. But if you want to take a look at the whole DNA structure of it, my dad is German-Scottish because his mom is Scottish. And on my mom's side, it's solidly from a region called Galicia. And I'm not even sure if I'm saying it correctly because I'm not, a native speaker in any of those languages. So Galicia it exists on multiple maps, but it's the area between Western Ukraine, part of Hungary, southern Poland, southeast Poland, if I'm not mistaken. That area right there. And Galicia was home to a lot of different people throughout history. But one of them I found out about today was a general named Jozef Bem. And he actually, I think, was born on March 14th, 1794, if I remember the post about it correctly. There was a post about him just posted today on Reverts.Network, and I'll share that in the description of this video below. So I read about him, and it reminded me of my, interest in my heritage from before. So what I did, just to find out and to kind of gain insight more into my background, is to take a DNA test. Now, I did this also because, in general, you find that the older folks, especially the boomer generation and the silent generation, they tend to be very quiet about their heritage. A lot of Europeans who came to the United States feel like we want to become a new people and we want to let go of the old traditions and let go of the old ways and start something new. So they fully integrate and they don't like to talk about their heritage as much. And for me, that was quite frustrating. So I wanted to get some kind of confirmation or clarification about my heritage. And I did that. I went through Ancestry, ancestry.com, and I had my DNA test. Now here, I think I can put the results over here on this side. I've got enough space for that. And as you can see there, I've got, majority of me is from that Polish Galicia background and the other parts from Germany. And apparently this general, or this admiral, this military figure I should say, from Galicia, also became a convert to Islam, and I thought that was something kind of beautiful and amazing. So I'm not going to retell his whole story there because you can actually read it on the post that I linked down below. But it's a very interesting story in that he fought, like starting from age 15, and eventually he found his way in exile to the Ottoman Empire. And once he entered the Ottoman Empire, he converted to Islam. And he apparently became a devout Muslim and also served in the military there, and I believe he became the governor of Aleppo, which is the same place where that doctor who originally talked to me was from. So it's kind of full circle here with that conversation. Galicia is a place that I would like to visit someday, and my Ancestry.com results, as you can see, kind of confirmed that that's the region where I'm from. I don't know, guys, it's something that's always been very interesting to me. And it also helped me to know what I am and what I'm not. And in general, I don't know if you're familiar with Eastern Europeans, but on that side, my mother's side of the family, that side has a lot of diversity in terms of looks. So you see people with darker hair and green eyes. You see people with bright blue eyes. Some people with brown eyes. A lot of different people lived there. Ukrainians, Poles. There were a lot of Jewish people there. And I remember the thing I wanted to mention. The reason why it was intriguing to me, the conversation that I had with that doctor, was that when I did research more about Galicia, I found that one of my grandmother's hometowns was actually originally under the control of Mehmet V. So it was under Ottoman control at one point. So I thought, maybe I've got like a Muslim grandpa or Muslim grandma there somewhere. I didn't know, I wasn't sure. It doesn't look like I do though. I have no Tartar or no Turkish DNA. That popped up in my sequence, in my DNA sequence. But nonetheless, it was interesting, and I think Ancestry.com if you don't mind your DNA being sampled. It's it's a very interesting website, and it helps clarify a lot of your questions and your doubts that you might have. Although one interesting point I should make, that one of my friends who did take an Ancestry.com test found out about a sibling that he never knew he had. And so that was, I guess, something quite amazing. I guess his father had another relationship or a different marriage or something like this, and it was unbeknownst to him and his sister, but I believe that that sibling had passed away before they even met her. So it can unpack or uncover a lot of different stories and history about your family, which may be unsettling. So try at your own risk. Also, I did consent to having my DNA put into this database only because, I don't have a criminal background, and I feel like I am somebody that's into privacy, but at the same time, I feel like these governments are eventually going to be able to, grab our DNA one way or the other if they really truly want it. Gentlemen and ladies, folks who are watching this, I apologize for all the background noise. I hope you can only hear the birds, but there's also construction going on. And at our house, we're having it repainted, so there's a lot of work going on in the background, and I apologize for all the noise. I hope it's not distracting in this video. And like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I did have one subscriber that was a little bit frustrated with me not replying back to a comment, or he thought that I deleted it. Guys, the only comments I ever delete on these videos are like hate comments. So like if you say like your family member is an X, Y, and Z, and I hope that you go to X, Y, and Z, then that will be removed, but like a normal comment won't. So I apologize if I don't get back to all of you, or if I don't see it, or if it's not sent properly. I do, though, if I get a comment and it has like a question, I do reply. So anyways, best of luck to all of you. Take care. Assalamu alaikum. I hope I see you in the next one. Bye-bye.